later tonight, for the first time in history, a Canadian club champion will be crowned that will represent the country in the CONCACAF Champions League. And joining me now, the men calling today's match, Nigel Reid and Jason DeVos. And would you agree with Greg Sutton when he says this is one of the most important games in Canadian soccer history?
Well, in terms of the prize that's on offer for the winner tonight, I would have to agree with that assessment. Toronto must win this game. Anything less than that will see Montreal through. Toronto has struggled in front of goal of late, but they have that all-important home field advantage tonight.
Starting lineups brought to you by Nutrilite. Toronto FC just make the one change from the team held by San Jose at the weekend. Maurice Seydoux comes back into the centre of the park after being suspended. He replaces Tyler Rosenlund in a 4-4-1-1 formation. As for Montreal, just one change for the visitors as well from the team that beat Miami last Friday. Adam Braz, former Toronto player, restored at right back, and Severino Jefferson, the Brazilian striker, drops to the bench. So Braz into a 4-4-2 formation for the Impact this evening. Over on that left-hand side, an early chance for Montreal. Well, we put another dollar in the meter. I gather you can hear us now, so welcome. We were just talking to ourselves before. As I was saying, only to myself, there are no prizes for second place tonight. Just to underline the facts of the matter as these two teams line up. Toronto all in red, attacking the goal to your left in this first half. Have to win this game to progress to the Champions League knockout stages. Montreal need only a draw from this game to eliminate the Major League Soccer team.
Well, our keys to the game: conversion rate. Toronto have created chances of late but haven't taken them. They need to score tonight to win this game, and they also need to have some patience. They don't need to win this game in the first 5 minutes. They can do it in the last 5 minutes, so they don't need to rush things. Montreal, play to win. If they come here and try and play for a draw, they'll lose. John Limniadis knows that, and he set his team out there to win this game. They need to be quick on the counter-attack. Toronto are going to be pressing them. Montreal need to be bright and lively and get themselves forward every chance they get on the counter.
Roberto Brown changing his boots early on. Of course, Montreal normally play on a natural grass surface at the Saputo Stadium. And Roberto Brown, the Panamanian striker, deciding within the first 3 minutes that a change of footwear is necessary.
If you've never played on field turf before, it definitely does play differently. It takes a bit of getting used to, but John Limniadis assured us before the game his players are quite comfortable playing on this surface.
They do have a practice facility constructed off field turf, so this isn't an alien surface to them, but obviously this is a match situation. Tyrone Marshall. Adam Braz, former right back for Toronto FC. With the header helped away to Amada Guevara. Ibi Ibrahim. There's some room on this left-hand side. Quickly in with Pizzolino. Robert with the throw for Toronto, finds Guevara. Hooked away. Robert again. Referee says play on, so Robert does, at the expense of the first corner of the night.
I think Montreal were looking for a bit of a dangerous play there on Laurent Robert's part. Raised his boot to flick the ball past Adam Braz. Whipped in a dangerous cross, cleared for a corner.
Which the Frenchman Robert will take on this near side. In all likelihood, a left-footed outswinger. Referee asking him to get onto it to Guevara. Goal kick. The first sight of goal for Toronto FC. Fell to the Honduran.
Well, he had a few chances on Saturday that went missing, most notably from the penalty spot. Amado Guevara will want to be putting that right tonight, just to put his own mind at rest. Couldn't quite get the right connection on that one.
Matt Jordan in the Montreal goal will have been relieved to see it miss the upright by some yards. Brown with the header, finds Pat Leduc and David Testo. Marvel Wynn giving chase. Brown beats him to it. Forward for Brown again, and it needed some quick intervention from Velez. It'll be a corner to Montreal.
Good build-up play for Montreal, trying to get Roberto Brown into the box, and they too now face a dangerous situation.
Among the streamers, Joey Jurtson will deliver the corner. Jurtson with the corner. It was Carl Robinson with the header away. Leduc again, looking for the route through. Couldn't keep it down. Rocco Placentino had the effort. Tyler Rosenland among the substitutes, as of course is number 96 Jeff Cunningham for Toronto FC. This is Wynn, linking up with Guevara, quickly turns. Brown with the header. Placentino's in quickly. And Spraz on this near side. Leduc again, not taking any prisoners with the challenge. Jim Brennan, the Toronto FC skipper, will take the throw in front of his coach. Braz, cut off by Edu. Missed Saturday's game against San Jose through suspension, no Edu, after totting up 5 yellow cards. Robert looking ahead on that far side. Ricketts. It was Marshall. Jurtson couldn't control it as he'd like. Throw into TFC. Edu. Brennan. Well, it's fast and furious in these opening minutes, as I'm sure Montreal would have expected. Toronto would love an early goal. That's a Toronto throw. Abraham leaves it for Robert. Fine evening for soccer. The evening sunlight, some high clouds above the field, but not much wind. Hudson, it's come to Ibrahim. It's offside. Ibrahim.
Well, as you see, Ibrahim standing just in here, and we run this through. As the shot comes in, as the ball is struck, Ibrahim is not in an offside position. It takes a deflection off a Montreal defender as well, but from that angle, we can actually see it was onside. So Montreal got a little bit fortunate there with that one.
He is still a month or so short of his 17th birthday.
It's a difficult one for linesmen to get right, because they almost have to be watching the ball and the player at the same time, which can be a difficult thing to do. When there's a deflection like that as well, as the ball's coming out, and as ball's coming in, and the players are coming out, it can sometimes look as though the striker's very much in an offside position when in fact he's level.
Robert getting on with it. Edu battling with Braz. It'll be a red throw. Adam Browse knows all about the atmosphere here at BMO Field. Spent the expansion season as part of the Toronto team. Infringement this time. By Velez. Once again, they've come in their thousands to see how this Neutral Night Canadian Championship pans out. Really couldn't have been set up better. Many thought at the start of the competition that Toronto, as the Major League Soccer team, would somewhat brush aside those from the United Soccer Leagues in Montreal and Vancouver, but it has been anything but. So here we are, the last 90 minutes of the qualifier. And one of these teams will move on to represent Canada in the inaugural CONCACAF Champions League. The other leaves with nothing. Marco Velez of Puerto Rico. Win in field to Robinson. Guevara back to goal. Robinson can keep the move going with Robert on this near side. Looking for the cross for Ibrahim. Punch from Jordan. Had to be an effective one.
Well, already Laurent Robert has shown what versatility he has in his passing. He played a long direct ball to Rowan Ricketts earlier. This is a wonderful cross. Dangerous area. Brave goalkeeper from Matt Jordan coming out, punching, clearing the danger.
Then winding up the long throw. He's bouncing around dangerously. Wynn will collect. And he pump it back in there. The duck half away. Ricketts challenging. But unfairly, says the referee. Rowan Ricketts, who has a goal to his name in this competition.
Not a lot in this foul, to be honest. I think the referee could let this one go. Play the advantage, so to speak. Rowan Ricketts not known for his tackling ability, so to speak.
And that's being kind about it.
Yeah.
Ty Marshall, on the other hand, is known. Tussling with Roberto Brown, proving the stronger, but then giving the ball away to Stefano Soli. Lead off by Jurtson. Continues his run. He's got two in the middle. Can't find a way past Marshall. It's a goal kick. Well, there's plenty there that would like an opportunity, including Severino Jefferson, number 11. And watch out also for 19, Pato Aguilera. And Cedric Jocquiel, who celebrated his birthday yesterday. So I wonder whether he'll get a late present. But it was clear, talking to John Limniatis, the Montreal coach, that he's not going to change anything while his team has what it wants, which is what it has now. So we'll see how that pans out as the game progresses. Sadu trying to get forward, might get a second chance. Didn't find its way to Ibrahim. A chance for the white shirts of Montreal to clear again. In well, and effectively was Robinson. Good applause from the crowd for that. Edu goes for goal. And Testo can bring it away again for the impact. Jim Brennan and Laurent Robert on this near side. Jurtson blocked the attempted cross. Guevara and Robert. Brennan still well forward. Up at the far post and he scored! And the opening goal goes to Toronto. That's exactly the way they needed it. And Rowan Ricketts celebrates his second goal in the Montreal Canadian Championship. Scored against Vancouver and now has scored against Montreal. It's 1-0 to Toronto.
It's a great little ball from Laurent Robert and an even better ball from Jim Brennan. This is exactly the start that Toronto would want. They were accused of being a bit sluggish on Saturday. John Carver very defensive about that, rightly so I think, but this is exactly the kind of start they want to have in Toronto. Get that lead and push on and carry on going for more goals.
This move certainly brought the crowd to life. Down by the lake shore in Toronto. TFC with a priceless early lead. Not only gives them what they want, but it will force the men in white to rethink the game tactics.
Well, it changes the game now from Montreal's perspective. They essentially have to win this game now. They're losing 1-0. They have to score an equalizer if they're going to go through it in this competition.
Amaro Guevara, Maurice Sadu and Ibi Ibrahim. Jurtson and Testo. Testo looking for the outlet on that far side, finds it in Di Lorenzo. Win was quickly in. Ball didn't stay in play. And it is a Toronto throw. There's the goal scorer, Rowan Ricketts. 4 for the season, 2 in Major League Soccer. And crucially 2 now in the Montreal Canadian Championship. With the throws for the Velez. The tails are up now with the men in red.
I think they've been up from the first whistle. It's a completely different performance, I think, from the one we saw on Saturday.
Ibrahim could be through here. Well, he took it early, got it on target, but didn't trouble Jordan.
Well, you've got to applaud him for having the confidence to have a goal on this one. I think the smarter play might have been to look to bring somebody else into play, but this is why everyone's so excited about Ibi Ibrahim. He's got bags of potential. Very exciting player to watch.
Meanwhile, at the other end, Roberto Brown making a nuisance of himself. Robinson had to be in quickly to clear the danger. Forward come the Montreal impact again through Gaddy and Di Lorenzo. Di Lorenzo's continued his run. Danger here, right across the face of goal. And will roll harmlessly away. Leo Di Lorenzo certainly gave Marvell Wynn a run for his money there.
Well, the question marks about Marvell Wynn have nothing to do with his athleticism or his ability as a soccer player. It's a little bit about positional, okay? Marvell Wynn at the top of your screen up here, the space is in behind, okay? That's what he has to be aware of. That's what he has to sense, is where the danger is going to present itself. We roll it from there. The ball gets played inside and a 1-2, and we stop it right there. That's the space I'm talking about, in behind there. That's where Di Lorenzo wants to get to. That's where Marvell Wynn has to protect a little bit better. Di Lorenzo gets on the end of this, puts a dangerous ball, and it doesn't come to anything. If Marvell Wynn can add that positional sense to his game, he's got such a bright future.
That's helped by the fact that Rocco Placentino, who was following that in, is only 5'7". But you're absolutely right, he was in behind there, a taller man.
He often makes up for it, though, with his speed. I mean, he's one of the quickest players I've ever seen, Marvell Wynn.
Here he is again, the aforementioned Wynn. Robinson using Guevara. Slight misunderstanding with Edu. Moving quickly with Brennan. Robert kept the ball in play. Edu is dispossessed by Leduc. That'll be a right old tussle for most of the evening between Edu and Leduc.
Well, the two central midfielders for both teams match up really well. Leduc and David Testo against Carl Robinson, Maurice Edu.
In the end, it wasn't a problem for Greg Sutton.
They say games are won or lost in the midfield, and that battle between those four players is going to be very key to decide who wins this game.
Testo. With Di Lorenzo again on that far side. Faced by Robinson, chips the ball ahead. Approaching the 20-minute mark, Toronto FC have their noses in front. 14th minute goal by Rowan Ricketts. The difference, Brown on the edge of the area. Macentino trying to thread it through back for Brown. Macentino will get another go, chips it this time with the 6'6" frame of Greg Sutton, holds on.
This is brave goalkeeping from Greg Sutton. He's got to come over Brown to get that and be very, very safe with his hands. If he loses that as he comes down, it's a tap-in. Carl Robinson is someone who's not everyone's favorite player. For me, I think he's one of the most crucial parts of the team for TFC. He wins the ball back here, which allows us to see this goal again. Carl Robinson dispossessed the ball in the middle of the park, which is something that never gets any credit. Win the ball back, Laurent Robert to Jim Brennan, flips it inside, goal, TFC are in the lead 1-0.
The Unsung Hero Award.
Well, it's a position that never really garners any attention, defensive midfield. You don't score goals, you know, it's one of those positions that you vitally need to be successful.
Lorenzo again down that left-hand side, scooped away by Tyrone Marshall. Over the outstretched leg of Maurice Edu. Ibrahim. The Braz rode the challenge. Win with the throw. Over the head of Ricketts. By Gatti. Again, Di Lorenzo. Velez to his goalkeeper. Well, Toronto FC have the goal. They'll want a second. But I suppose to an extent they'll want to manage the game now.
I think if they want to really go for this game, they need to keep doing what they've done in the first 20 minutes, which is be very positive in their play. They're aggressive. They're first to the ball that gets knocked down. They're not giving Montreal any time to build up any flow in the game. And that's exactly what John Carver will have wanted right from the get-go today.
Edu and Robert. Ibrahim. Got a pull from Pizzolito. A free kick to Toronto.
It's well spotted by the referee. Nevio Pizzolito gets in nice and tight here, but grabbing the jersey is not an effective way to stop Ibrahim, I think. Not that I've ever resorted to that myself in my playing days, Nigel.
Of course not. So you keep telling me. And one day I'll believe you. Rocco Placentino on the charge for Montreal. With the flick ahead, looking for Jurtson. Jurtson might be in. Well, there was a push, but not given. The referee says, let's get on with it. Robinson does just that. Amado Guevara. Ricketts again on that far side. Can't get past Simon Gaddy. There's the goal scorer. And what a priceless goal that may prove to be. Carl Robinson. 24 minutes gone. This deciding match of the Nutrilite Canadian Championship. Live from BMO Field, where Toronto FC lead by 1-0. Here's a man who had a hand in that opening goal. Roberna Ibrahim. Roberto Brown trying to bring it away, trying to play in. Jurtson rides the one challenge of Velez. Referee didn't like the challenge. And a free kick to Montreal is the verdict. Pat Leduc for Montreal Impact. Di Lorenzo again. Once again, Velez was vigilant. It will be a corner. Well, it's getting a little warm in the booth because myself and my co-host are here. And along with us is Jeff, our statistician, and the big man, who should be down on the field, but he's not. Usually wears number 9. Delighted to welcome Danny Dichio to the booth, who I'm sure would be much rather down there. I'll come to you in just a second, Danny, after the corner. And there's the equalising goal. It's Roberto Brown who's gone on the end of the corner. And 25 minutes gone, and the equation changes again. Greg Sutton beaten by the header from Brown. And Montreal are back in this. It's 1-1.
Well, it's a good ball, and it's in an area where Greg Sutton can't really come for it. That near post area where, ironically speaking, we'd normally expect to see Danny Dichio heading balls away from front.
But he's not on the pitch. He's up here with us in the booth. And there's the reaction of John Limniatis and the travelling fans. They're happy with the scoreline now. As alluded to, had that corner been taken with a fit Danny Dichio, he always comes back for corners, but he's up here with us in the booth. Good to see you, but sorry to have to show you that just a moment ago. How are you doing?
How are we doing, gentlemen? Thanks for having me on.
We're doing very well, thank you. Well, we've got a game on here, haven't we?
Yeah, disappointing because we spoke about it before the game, about how dangerous they are from set plays, and we worked on it, and we've done some tactics on the board. This was a major point that we had to look out for, and conceding from one is now going to send JC, the coach, even crazier at half-time.
It's frustrating, Danny, though, as a player, when you have individual assignments and someone doesn't pick up their man, and free header in the box from that kind of range, Greg Sutton has no chance, really, does he?
Yes, Sutton had no chance there. I mean, as you know, it's a big point in the game, picking up and staying with your men, and I don't know whose man it was there, but the guy looked like he ran free of his marker and got a clear header in on goal.
Well, we often see you, sorry Danny, we often see you coming back for corner kicks to do just that job, and it always helps if you're 6'3".
Yeah, definitely. We're under pressure again here now.
This time Marshall, well, he sliced it over his own goal. It will be another corner.
We just got to settle ourselves a bit now, because our heads have gone a bit now. It was a scrappy start to the game, I think, and we got the goal which settled us a bit, but now we're under a bit of pressure, and we've got to calm our heads and get focused again.
What was the thought going into the game? Because obviously you'll have been part of the preparations, even though you can't play with the concussion. We'll talk about that in a moment. But has there been a confidence about the boys in the build-up to this game? As Jurtson takes the corner, this time it's over the top and a goal kick.
I wouldn't say it was a confidence factor, but we knew we was at home, and we knew it was going to be a tough game tonight. So it's a must-win game for us. So we knew what the carrot is at the end of it, going to the Champions League, so we've got to win this game tonight, and the boys were feeling kind of jolly before the game, and we knew that we had to go and put a performance in.
Well, now tell us about, as far as you can, about your situation, because we know you've been suffering with the concussion for what, 2 or 3 weeks now?
Yep.
I mean, how does it feel? Are the headaches getting less, or I mean, is it just wait and see? I mean,
the crazy headaches have stopped,
good,
which is a good thing for me. But the dizziness and lightheadedness is still coming in bouts, not as much as they was. I'm feeling better over the last 2 or 3 days, so hopefully I can start doing some exercise as such by the end of the week.
So are you working on what the medics are telling you, or are they just saying, Danny, come and tell us when you're feeling a bit more like it?
Yeah, well, I'm gagging to go at the moment, but the medics and the doc are holding me back and said, look what happened with Sutz last year. He came back too soon and he was out for the rest of the season, and that's something I don't want. They know I'm frustrated at this moment. I hate watching games, I hate watching practicing, and they said you've got to be patient with it, but I'm feeling a lot better at this moment in time.
Meanwhile, Ibrahim trying to make a nuisance of himself, quickly clearing the danger was Stefano Pisoli. As Toronto press to get back in front, they have to get back in front. Win rides one challenge. It'll run away though for a goal kick. Now Ibi Ibrahim is being asked to do a man's job, and he's not even 17 years of age.
I know, and he's done fantastically well so far, and he's enjoying himself. I'm speaking to him in the change room in practice, and he's enjoying himself immensely. And he's come on leaps and bounds since he's been here 2 months ago, and he's grown in stature. And we still got to remember he's only 16 years old, so we can't put too much pressure on him. He's still enjoying the game. He's playing with no fear, which all young kids do, and we've got to use him to what we can at this moment in time.
Can you remember back to when you were 16 years of age and how it felt as a young professional? Meanwhile, just wide. Well, it's going to be a goal kick.
It was a good time in my career, as I'm sure Jason will tell you. You're coming into a game.
I can't remember that far back.
Even with this concussion, I'm slightly trying hard to remember it.
But I mean, you presumably you soak everything in as a young professional. You just want to learn. You just want to get out there and play.
Yep, and he's a good kid in that sense, because he's willing to listen. He's willing to put into practice what people are telling him, and he knows he's been thrown in this year at a young age, but he's willing to take that, and he's took that. We saw that in Chicago, and even in the last game, and in a couple of the friendlies when he came on. He's doing fantastically well against fully pledged pros who have been in the game a long time. So we know we've got a little diamond in the rough here, and we've got to use him, as I said, to what we can at the moment. JC and the coaching staff know what they've got to do with him, and he's in this learning process at the moment, but he's been thrown in at the deep end at the moment, and he's doing well for us.
Well, we wish you every success. We wish you a speedy recovery. How's this game going to end up?
Hopefully we're going to get the win. I still don't think we're playing to the best of our abilities at the moment. The game's gone a bit stale at the moment, and we need to get our wide boys on the ball a lot more, because that's where the space is, and we've got to support Ibi up front a bit more as well.
We thank you for your time. We wish you a speedy recovery and enjoy the rest of the game. Thanks.
No problem. Thank you.
Danny Dichio, Toronto FC's top scorer this season. As he explained, it's sort of a wait and see scenario as far as his own health is concerned. Certainly as far as Toronto FC fans are concerned, they'd like to see him back on the field sooner the better.
From knowing Danny, it's certainly a case of the medics probably holding the reins back to try and keep him from doing anything. It's very frustrating, as he said, when you're injured and you have to watch games, because nobody really enjoys doing that. You always want to be out there playing and contributing to your team.
Jim Brennan, tested by Testo, by Pacentino as well. There is the Toronto FC skipper. Busy week for him. Played on Saturday against San Jose. Tonight, of course, and then 48 hours from now he'll be back on this field, Brennan, as part of the All-Star game. But I think that'll be the furthest thing from his mind right now. Robert bowled over. Toronto free kick. Braz penalised.
It's a bit of a silly foul, really, from Adam Braz. He's not going to win that. He doesn't even need to go tight there. All Laurent Robert is going to do is flick it on. In the end, he gives away a silly foul in a dangerous area. When you've got Guevara and Robert and that kind of quality on the ball,
it's going to be an opportunity for Toronto to get another goal here.
Guevara and Robert pondering the free kick. Guevara delivers the flick on from Robertson initially. Two of them can try to get it away. Brown uses effectively. Placentino, well, he slipped. Made it easy for Marvell Wynn. He finds his goalkeeper, and thence to Guevara again, who's come deep, looking for possession. Little over 10 minutes to half-time, 1-1 at BMO Field. That's a good score for Montreal. Let's go downstairs and Brenda Irving. Brenda?
Well, I've been noticing down here that looks like Toronto's Ibi Ibrahim has a new best friend, Stefano Basoli. John Limniadis, the coach for the Impact, has been urging him to stick with Ibi. He's a little bit concerned that he might get behind the defense and be free for a goal there, so something to watch for here.
Thank you, Brenda. Meanwhile, Di Lorenzo gets to his feet and has won his team a free kick. As Montreal hold all the aces at this moment. Brown looking to get in behind Velez. A shove in the back, spotted by the assistant referee on this near side from the goal scorer. There's the coach, animated as ever, John Limniadis, as he was as a player. Made well over 150 appearances for the Impact, Limniadis, in his playing days. And close to 50 international appearances for Canada as well. Ball over the top of Ibrahim. Pizzolito boots it forward. Cushioned header from Velez. Marshall to start another attack for Toronto FC. Brennan on this near side. Edu is forward. Pushing the back from Pesoli.
I don't think John Limniadis will be too pleased with how some of his defenders are tackling at the moment. There's just no need to try and foul there. You've got to try and win that cleanly.
Edu well forward again. Ibrahim gives chase. Brown wins out. Di Lorenzo with room to run. Ball forward for the general direction, at least, of Placentino. Robert's right back there. Has Brennan inside him. Looks for Ibrahim instead. Finds him. Robert again. Now Velez. Forward for Robinson, looking to turn. Finds Guevara. The Frenchman Robert. For Win on that far side. Faced by Gatti. Chases round two of them. Then goes to ground. There's going to be a yellow card here for Simon Gatti. For the challenge on Marvell Wynn.
Well, this is the big upside of Marvell Wynn as an athlete. He's a fantastic player going forward. He's very quick, strong on the ball. Gatti's left no option but to haul him down. Another dangerous opportunity for Toronto for a free kick.
Silvio Petrescu had no hesitation in brandishing the yellow card at the Montreal left back, Simon Gatti. First caution of the evening. The usual suspects, Guevara and Robert. Facing the wall in front of them. The left foot of Guevara, of Robert, I beg your pardon, as opposed to the right foot of Guevara.
Just watch Carl Robinson and Maurice Edu in the wall here. All they're trying to do is screen the goalkeeper, Matt Jordan, from seeing the ball.
Toronto FC desperate to get back in front. Robert takes a ricochet off the wall, wins a corner. Roberto Brown got himself in the way of the Frenchman's effort. Robinson making his thoughts heard. As Guevara takes the resulting corner. Right-footed in-swinger. Braz with a clearing header. It'll come back to Guevara again. Now Robert turns inside. Placentino goes to ground. It's going to be another card here, and this time Placentino for the challenge on Robert. A wry smile from little Placentino. Here's the incident.
It's the right decision from the referee. Good positive play from Laurent Robert. He's really elevated his game today. I think his passing's been superb so far. Number of cross-field balls been wonderfully played. And he's direct and looking to attack, which is exactly what you want from someone of his caliber.
4 in the wall for Montreal, I beg your pardon. Once again, Guevara and Robert considering their options. It's Robert. Ricochets away, off Braz. The wall breaks. Back to Marvell Wynne. Brown, handball by Robinson. Another potential attacking move goes a-begging. I think it rather caught the arm of Robinson, but Mr. Petrescu saw it as a handball. So Nevio Pizzolito, Montreal captain, will boot it downfield. Lorenzo failed to control it. Guevara in the last 5 minutes of the first half. 1-1 here. Thursday, we're all back here at BMO Field for the 2008 Pepsi MLS All-Star Game. 7 p.m. local. CBC and cbcsports.ca. David Beckham, Demo Blanco, et al. And Jim Brennan. Good catch by Jordan. Once again, decisive goalkeeping.
He's played very well throughout these championships, Matt Jordan. Both games they played against Vancouver, were largely down to his ability in goal, the fact that Montreal won them both.
Brennan won it. Help from Ricketts, but it falls for Brown. Now Edu and Robinson turning. Robert turns into trouble, but it finds Wynne. Ibrahim and Wynne combining. Robert, who appears to have been given more of a freer role on Robert this evening. But it breaks down again. Brown and Testo. And Di Lorenzo on that far side. Brown will be offside. Flag goes up quickly. No complaints from the Panamanian.
It's a good line from the TFC defenders. Tyrone Marshall just steps up at the last second. Very good, solid line there. We see Roberto Brown standing in an offside position. Very well defended.
Robert again. He's been a live wire in this first half. He's operated on the right, on the left, and in central midfield. Ricketts now on this near side, faced by Braz, looking for the chip ahead. Brennan needing some help from Marshall. Now Velez. Velez, who scored against Montreal in the reverse fixture, the very first game in these championships, almost 2 months ago, back at the end of May. Robert again. involved, winning a throw-in this time. A little over a minute to half-time. Marvell Wynne with the cross. Forceful header away. Robinson and Brennan trying to keep it going. This is the Welshman Robinson. Finds Edu. It'll come back to Edu. Miss kick. Tangle in the area. Two men on their backsides. Guevara is one of them. Meanwhile, up the other end, Joey Jurtson ran into one too many red shirts. There, keen to get on with it. Finds Ibrahim. Back to the Frenchman. Ricketts looking to turn. Two white shirts around him. Braz is one. Still Braz. And Braz a little over-eager. John Carver. One wonders what his half-time talk will contain.
Well, a lot of the good things that Toronto have done today have gone through Laurent Robert. Good ball into Rowan Ricketts. Good strength from Ricketts. Very good close control there. Fending off Braz. And again, John Limniatis not happy either with the referee's call or with his defender.
Just 1 minute of stoppage time at the end of this first half. The clock is already ticking. This may be the final opportunity of the first 45 minutes for Toronto FC. Ricochet from Guevara. Away for a corner. There'll just about be time to take it. Before the interval, Mauro Guevara knows he owes the fans a performance after missing a penalty on Saturday.
So far today, the Wall's done their job. But if I was John Limniatis, I wouldn't want my defenders giving up too many opportunities to Guevara and Laurent Robert.
Here is Robert with the corner. Comes all the way across to Brennan on this near side. Trying to keep the move alive. Headed as far as... I believe it was Guevara again. Couldn't keep the effort down. Well, a shake of the head confirms it.
And if you give someone like Amado Guevara the kind of chances he's had this game and last game as well, he's going to find the back of the net eventually.
That, I believe, will just about do it for the first half. Glance at the watch. Jordan takes this goal kick. And 3 peeps on the whistle from Silvio Petrescu. Roberto Brown, a crucial equaliser for Montreal, which came after 25 minutes, cancelling out Rowan Ricketts' header at the other end to beat Matt Jordan. It's been an even first half, but even will not be good enough for Toronto FC if they can't find another goal in the next 45 minutes. 1-1 at half-time. Greg Sutton will hope to be largely a spectator against his old team in the second half, but 45 minutes to decide which of these teams will represent Canada in the Neutralite Canadian Championship. Rowan Ricketts is equal top scorer in this championship, but it might count for naught if his team can't find another goal and away past that man, Matt Jordan, who, the goal apart, with which he frankly had no chance, has played very solidly. He's been very decisive. And Roberto Brown, well, the goal that he scored for Montreal could be the route to riches for the Impact. 45 minutes to go. There will be no extra time as Silvio Petrescu gets us underway. The start of this second half. No substitutes for either side at half-time. Toronto FC, all in red, attacking the goal to your right in this second half against the Montreal Impact, all in white. And here comes David Testo, hoping to test the Toronto defence early on. Finds Gatti, tracked by Marvell Wynne. As we mentioned at the top of the show, there are no prizes for coming second. Toronto have to win as Moadou looks for an outlet. He's got Robert On that left-hand side, here's the Frenchman. Tracked by Braz, the ball in. It's come through to Ibrahim. There's a flag on the play for handball. Ibrahim knows that the chances may be few and far between, and John Limniatis already concerned.
Great ball in the box from Laurent Robert. Just catches the arm of Ibrahim, but like every good striker, doesn't let it break his stride. He carries on, tries to score the goal. There's an off chance the referee might miss that.
Not on this occasion. Testo cushions the ball back. Soli, and then Pizzolito, the Montreal captain. What a big night it could be for him and his teammates. Testo goes on a run. Velez forced to clear. Be a Toronto ball. And Adam Braz, how dearly he'd love to knock his old employers out of the Canadian Championship and taste the CONCACAF Champions League. Which, by the way, for the winners here tonight, there'll be a two-legged eliminator against the Nicaraguan champions, Real Esteli, for the right to play in Group C. So there is one more hurdle to be overcome for the winners of this match. More about that later. Brown, the goal scorer for Testo. Jertson on this near side for Montreal. Ricketts did enough to put him off. Win, Ibrahim. Win again. It's easy for Jordan. 3 minutes gone in the second half. I wonder if I had been a fly on the wall in the home dressing room at half-time, what I might have heard John Carver say.
Well, I don't think he'll have been pleased with the goal that they conceded. It's never nice when you concede goals that are preventable, and certainly the one that they conceded was preventable. It was just down to slack marking more than anything. But you know, I think he's told them, you got to carry on believing in yourself. You know, the first 15 minutes they looked like a different team from the one we saw on Saturday. They were full of confidence, they were going forward, they were positive in their play, and that's what they need to do if they want to get back in this game and get this much needed victory that they have to have.
Another intensive move. Ibrahim trying to force his way forward. Important interception. Once again, the speed and mobility of the youngster causing problems for the Montreal backline. We heard from Danny Dicchio in the first half when he joined us in the booth, a man twice his age. What a little gem they've got, according to Danny. Ricketts with the throw, finds Guevara. Surely the key to unlocking the Montreal defence, Guevara. Tried the one to Ibrahim, trying to tidy up. But Velez puts it too far ahead of Wynn. (1-1) the score. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Let's go downstairs once again. Here's Brenda.
Well, Nigel, we had a chance to speak with Toronto assistant coach Chris Cummins earlier. He said there's 3 things Toronto has to focus on. Focus more on those set pieces, which led to that first goal. Obviously, they need to up the tempo as well, pass the ball quicker. And he said even though they need to score a goal, they cannot forget about the defense in the process.
Brenda, thank you. Easier said than done, perhaps. It's all good on paper. Maybe Ibrahim. Battling with Pasoli for possession. Pasoli goes to the ground. And free. Let's play go. To the delight of the home fans. Throw to Toronto. Wynn will take it. Bit of pushing and shoving going on. So a word from the referee for Velez and for Gatti. Now Wynn. Ricketts. Another pair tumble in the area. Robinson. Brennan sweeps one out to this near side. Can't get it past Gatti. Di Lorenzo. It breaks for Toronto, for Edu. Ibrahim, can he get round the last defender? Still battling away as the white shirts close in. Wynn quickly resumes play. Ricketts and Guevara. Back to Velez. Chipping it down the line, looking for Edu. And once again another Toronto throw.
Well, the longer this game stays tied, the more we'll see Toronto throw caution to the wind and send more players forward to attack. But as Chris Cummings said, it's very important they don't forget about the defensive side of things, because if they concede another goal, they're going to be in very, very deep trouble if they want to win this game.
A reminder, if you're just joining this, a 1-1 scoreline is perfect for Montreal. That's all they need from this game. They don't need to win it. They can't afford to lose it. Toronto FC absolutely has to win it. It's win or bust for the men in red. And goes Robert. Finally, a yellow card for Adam Braz, I believe. He's had one or two close brushes with the referee.
Well, it's been coming for a little while. Braz has committed a few fouls in the first half, and Laurent Robert has certainly got the best of him so far today in the game.
Totting up process, I think, by the referee. Not necessarily for that one challenge in particular. More defence for Montreal. And Jordan screaming at his defenders to organise themselves. They don't want to concede from a set piece. Ball swung in again. Gentino was hoping to get Roberto Brown away, but Brendan was back to intercept.
Fantastic ball in again into that dangerous area at the near post. Goalkeeper can't come and grab it. It's coming in with too much pace. All it needs is a touch there. Can go off a defender, off an attacker. It's in the back of the net, as we saw with Roberto Brown's goal in the first half.
Pat Leduc, rock in midfield for Montreal. Chip forward looking for Brown, but doesn't get over the head of Velez. Edu with a chance to run. Will send Ricketts away. The left-footed cross, it should be the goalkeepers. Nine minutes gone in the second half. Mutualite Canadian Championship Soccer on CBC. 1-1 as the evening clouds begin to gather above BMO Field. Rowan Ricketts, after 14 minutes, giving Toronto FC the perfect lead. Roberto Brown replying after 25, to the delight of the visiting Montreal fans. There are several hundred of them who've made their way down the 401. Robinson not happy with the decision. He felt it was a fair challenge on Testo. Referee didn't agree. Jurtson trying to squeeze through. He has won the corner for Montreal. He's a man who knows that time is the enemy. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Jurtson will take the corner for Montreal. 5 men in the area for the impact. Sutton came and didn't get. He got away with that and collects it second time. Right over the head of Greg Sutton that time. But wasn't punished by the men in white. Wynn and Robinson. Too far behind, too quickly for Guevara. Leduc. Braz. Now David Testo. Testo, who scored against his old team. Vancouver. Jurtson will go for goal from distance, but doesn't trouble Greg Sutton.
Greg Sutton very fortunate here. Got under the ball a little bit. Thought about coming for it. Realized he couldn't quite get it. Felt that Jim Brennan, who's there on hand to clear the danger. Sometimes a ball comes in the box like that, and you make that aggressive move to go and win it, and you just know halfway through you're not going to get there, and that's what happened with Greg Sutton on that occasion.
Meanwhile, at the other end, Montreal number 1, Matt Jordan, prepares to clear his lines once again. He'll happily do that for the rest of the evening, as long as he's not beaten Velez with the winning header. Shannon was up well, as was Robinson. Edu brings it to ground. Finds Robert on the far side. Changes the angle with Marvell Wynn and Rowan Ricketts. Couldn't get past Di Lorenzo. Edu. Battling with 2 white shirts, but Montreal come away momentarily. Ball out of play for a Toronto throw. The fans try and raise their players. Velez finds Guevara. Ricketts turns, Guevara again, trying to lay it off to Edu. Caught in the deception from Pesoli.
Montreal are just dropping off a little bit too deep here, inviting pressure onto them, which is encouraging Toronto to get forward in numbers.
Robert swings it in again, this time too close to the goalkeeper.
It almost goes against everything you think naturally as a defender, that when you're trying to protect that score line, you drop off and protect your goal. You actually have to go the other way. You've got to try and keep a high line, put pressure on the ball farther up the field, which allows the pressure to be relieved from your goalkeeper.
Marshall finds Robert. Again, quickly spreading the play. Finds Ricketts. Ricketts goes left-footed. Gathered in by Jordan. Well, I wonder what John Carver did say at half-time. I wonder whether the policy is shoot on sight.
Well, it's nice to know that your players have the confidence to have a go, but you want them to be realistic as well. And I've not seen Rowan Ricketts score from 30 yards with his left foot before, so it's not something I think John Carver would be too pleased about, but you do want your players to have the confidence and the freedom to go and try and express themselves.
Testo for Montreal. Jochen Jurtson on this far side. Well forward, and well found was Brown. And that was a hair's breadth away from giving Montreal a 2-1 lead.
It's a terrible miss. There's no hiding the fact that Roberto Brown should score this. He's got to hit the back of the net there. He's so free, he's in so much space. Great little ball in by Di Lorenzo, just lays it into the space. All it is a side foot. You've got to hit the target from there.
Well, to his credit, Jim Brennan did his best to put him off, but no question that Brown was first to the ball. Well, he scored one, Roberto Brown. Willie Roux missing that opportunity at the end of the game.
Well, this is the interesting thing now. Is this going to give Toronto the boost of confidence? You know, they've escaped at their end. Now they can go on the other side and maybe get that winning goal to get in front.
Brennan again with Robert. Trying to keep it in. did so. Robinson trying to play in. Edu. There's Edu round the back. It's over the top of Ibrahim, scooped away for another corner. But the pace of the attack noticeably quicker there and caused major problems for Montreal.
Good build-up play from Toronto. Great little ball by Paul Robinson there into the path of Edu. Flicks it over. I thought Ibrahim was going to have a go at that. A little bit too high for him, headed away from corner.
Guevara with the corner, right-footed, outswinger. Looking for Robert. Got past the defender. But it was an illegal challenge from Pizzolito.
Well, when Toronto FC signed Laurent Robert, this was the sort of performance from him that I was expecting to see on a weekly basis. I think he's been fantastic today. His passing has been superb. He's positive in his play. He's looking to get forward. He's taking the fullback on at every opportunity, gaining these dangerous free kicks. It's only a matter of time before Toronto puts one of these in the back of the net.
Another opportunity here with Guevara and Robert as Montreal prepare to make a substitution. Robert swings it in again. Up go the heads. It's bouncing around. Suggestions of handball. Nothing given. Placentino with a possibility to run. Dispossessed by Guevara. Velez well forward. Guevara again. Ricketts on that far side. Ricketts looking to go for goal. The deflection from Braz took all the pace out of it. Limiatis keen to make a substitution. Sidatate Matondo, versatile midfielder, will join the game momentarily, but not until there is a stoppage.
You just wonder now if this is the
Sutton
point.
Got away with the poor clearance.
You wonder, Nigel, if this is the point where John Limiatis says we got to hang on to what we've got, try and defend for that lead. He told us before the game, Sidatate Matondo is the type of player that can.
Maurice Edu. Will it fall for Ibrahim? It will, but it's side netting. Now the substitution, and it's Placentino who will give way.
Sorry, we were saying there, John Limiatis told us that Sidatate Matondo can come into the game and play a defensive role. He's got that physical attribute, as we see the replay. Just squirts through to Ibrahim. Doesn't quite get the connection on it that he wanted. He wanted to hit that across goal. Goes to the near post, misses the net.
Here comes the replacement, Rocco Placentino. This night's work is done. Sidatate Matondo. Fresh legs for Montreal. A little over 25 minutes remaining. And it appears to be a like-for-like switch. Tondo's taken up a right-sided midfield position. While on the right side for Toronto, here's Marvell Wynn. Ibrahim couldn't get the flick away. Testo. Solely, the ball forward. Started pushing the back. Well, it appeared to be from up here. Referee saw nothing wrong. From Marvell Wynn, finds his fellow Olympian, Maurice Edu. Ricketts can't keep it in. Delicately balanced, one apiece. Look at that stat for the second half. Underlines which way the play is generally going, but the only stat that matters is the one at the top of your screen. Toronto 1, Montreal 1. As it stands, it is Montreal who will represent Canada in the CONCACAF Champions League. And not Toronto FC. They must find another goal, the men in red.
A little bit of frustration here from Marvell Wynn.
Shove on Di Lorenzo. Brennan with the header away. And once again, Marshall had to be brave. Robinson almost gave it away. The new man, Matondo. Now Moedu being somewhat rugby tackled by Pat Ledoux. You won't find that in any laws of the game in soccer, I can assure you.
Not necessarily a bad foul, though. If Maurice Ledoux gets away there, springs the attack, Toronto away on the break, it just slows the game down a little bit. You don't want to take any yellow cards in situations like that, but it's not necessarily a bad foul.
And Jordan will eat up a few more seconds until Ibrahim forces him to clear. Greg Sutton prepares to clear. John Carver is preparing to make a substitution down below us. Jeff Cunningham is stripped and ready for action for Toronto FC. As they do, is dispossessed at the expense of a throw-in, and here comes the substitution. The referee spots the fourth official. It's going to be Ibi Ibrahim who will come off. The play goes on for the time being. Guevara, well, before he took the throw, the referee has now spotted the fourth official. And Ibi Ibrahim will play further part in this evening's action.
Well, I think he's got a big part to play in the future of this football club, though, Ibi Ibrahim. The fans are very appreciative of what he did. He wasn't as effective today, I don't think, as he was the other day on Saturday, but he's got a big, big future with this team.
Marvell Wynn with the ball across. Kept in at the far stage by Robert. It's come all the way through to Robinson, who put it straight into the willing arms of Matt Jordan. While there was a stoppage, Adam Braz was hurt in that incident. And referee Sylvia Petrescu beckoning on the physio. John Lillian is barking out the orders. Here's what happened with Braz. Got hurt there. Then the ball broke to Robinson.
He just collided with his own player there, Adam Braz. Came out on the wrong end of it. Going back to what we were saying before, Nigel, about Ibi Ibrahim. He's only 16 years old. It says something that Toronto FC are forced to play a 16-year-old.
Well, with Dickey injured and Cunningham somewhat out of favour, it's Carver's choice. Meanwhile, the stretcher has been called for, and Adam Braz's evening work, well, I was about to say maybe done. Having said that, he sat up again. Perhaps the side of the stretcher has had miraculous healing powers as far as, well, no, perhaps not. Perhaps not. He's obviously hurt.
Well, I think he would want to carry on playing. Certainly the fact that it's against his former team, and it must be a significant injury for Adam Braz for him to have to come off now.
Seems to be holding the back of that right thigh, so thigh injury, muscle injury, perhaps a hamstring. Well, the home fans have no mercy. You wouldn't expect that, of course, especially against a player who used to play for this franchise. But there's certainly a grimace on the face of Adam Braz. Whether or not he can continue remains to be seen. I'm sure if he can, he will, but clearly he is limping. And maybe a shake of the head will force John Limniatis to make a second substitution. In the meantime, Montreal will continue with 10 men. Velez with an important header. Guevara gave it back to Jertson. He couldn't keep it in. There's Joey Jertson, meanwhile, down below us, out of your picture at the moment. Second substitution is going to be made. And it will be Cedric Jogviel, who will replace Braz, who is unable to continue. But just for the moment, it's 11 against 10. Guevara coming deep. Edu trying to turn. Win with room to run. That'll be them all to the dead ball line. Goal kick. And now the substitution. And there is the unfortunate side of Adam Braz. Clearly hurt a thigh muscle or some such in that collision with his own player. And Cedric Jogviel will replace him. Frenchman, Jogviel.
Cedric Jogviel, replacing number 33, Adam Braz.
Celebrated his 26th birthday yesterday afternoon as Matt Jordan is shown a yellow card for, in the opinion of the referee, time wasting. Which won't please the coach, but if the scoreline doesn't change in the next 17 minutes, he won't care two hoots. Velez with the header. Cunningham, an early touch, just got into the game. Tondo and Brown. Velez trying to stop it going forward, got a push and a free kick. Robinson for Toronto as the home crowd raise their voices once again. Trying to urge their players forward. Cunningham, a little too aggressive.
He's got a hold on to that ball, Jeff Cunningham. He gives it away too easily for me. It's a good little ball and good work from Rowan Ricketts to get it into him. He just gives it away again. If Toronto are going to get back into this game and get that crucial winning goal to advance in this competition, they're going to have to do a better job of building play and getting the ball up to the front men and then getting support up to them.
Pizzolito bangs it forward. In for the run of Brown. Albert was in quickly. Brennan chipping it forward. Looking for Edu, who's in an advanced position. Flick ahead for Madondo to chase. Read the challenge. Marshall left it for his goalkeeper. Neutral Night Canadian Championship Soccer on CBC. 15 minutes remaining for Toronto to find a winner, or for Montreal to hang on and represent Canada at the CONCACAF Champions League. It's balanced on a knife edge. Brown again, exchanging a little afters with Velez. Referee was in close attendance and told them both to calm it down. That'll be a Toronto throw. Cunningham gave it away again. Brown with Matondo to his right. This is Matondo, only one to get round, who's Brennan, goes for goal, too high, goal kick. From the substitute.
Amado Guevara has essentially switched positions with Maurice Adu. He's dropped deeper into midfield so he can pick up the ball. Adu has pushed himself right up alongside Jeff Cunningham up front as an out-and-out striker more or less now.
Yeah, he has. I was noticing that just a moment or two ago. Ricketts as well in a well-advanced position.
Well, they're just as well going with 4 forwards now. I mean, they can push Laurent Robert wide on the left as well, because a draw is meaningless for Toronto. They have to win this game, so they may as well push as many men forward as they're comfortable with.
This is Rowan Ricketts, scored in the first half. Can he set up one in the second? Not like that. More stout defending from the men in white.
They defended very well today, Montreal. You have to give them credit where it's due. And you know, it's always a difficult task coming in knowing you only need a draw, because it's the tendency is just to sit back and just accept that you're 0-0 and try and play for that. Montreal haven't really done that. They went a goal down, they got themselves back in, got the equalizer, and they've been very strong defensively and denied Toronto many goal-scoring opportunities today.
Leduc pokes it forward. No one forward for Montreal. But that doesn't matter to them. They don't need to score another. Toronto have to find one in the next 13 minutes. All looking for Cunningham. Tracked by Gaddy. Finds Wynn. Di Lorenzo goes with him. Wynn with the ball in. Through Edu, all the way through to Jordan.
It's the right idea from Marvell Wynn. That's exactly what he needs to do. Come inside, use his pace, slide that little through ball into either Jeff Cunningham or Maurice Adu, make that run in the box.
Robinson killed it, then was fouled by Testo. Robinson stayed down. Guevara again, look how far back he is there.
Very fortunate there, Carl Robinson. That could be a serious injury if he gets caught with his foot planted on the ground when Testo comes through and wins the ball.
Marshall, there ahead of Matondo. Finds his goalkeeper. Marvo wins on this near side. Win with opportunity to run if he chooses. Chips it over the head of Di Lorenzo. Robinson in, Testo wins it. For Di Lorenzo, the chip ahead. Wants to win all the way through to Sutton. He doesn't want to see the ball at that end of the field. Here's Jim Brennan. Robert. Dispossessed by Matondo. A second chance at it, Guevara. And Robert again. Robert can run. Will Robert have a go? Finds Brennan, who stayed forward. It'll come back to Brennan, this time right-footed. Jordan gets it at the second attempt. Once again, brave goalkeeping by Matt Jordan. He's caught and punched everything he's needed to do.
As in every other game we've seen in this competition, Matt Jordan has been very, very solid. He gets bumped here, loses his balance, loses the ball, keeps his eye on it, safe hands. If Montreal are to hold out for a draw or even win this game, it'll largely be down to the play of Matt Jordan today.
Well, it's been said before earlier in this competition, of course, when Toronto were beaten at home by Vancouver on that day, they had any number of chances and couldn't beat the Vancouver goalkeeper, Jay Nolly. So perhaps we just come up against inspired goalkeeping. Tondo, move it straight back to Brennan. Robert pumps it in once again. Effective defence. Ricketts trying to thread one through. Just too much on it. Goal kick. More Major League Soccer action coming up next Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, on Bold and CBCSports.ca, when Toronto FC get back to Major League Soccer action at Real Salt Lake. We will have that for you. Hope you can join us. 9 Eastern next Monday. But that's a long way away from where we are right now. Less than 10 minutes remaining at BMO Field in the finale of the Neutralite Canadian Championship. Toronto FC and Montreal Impact locked together at 1 apiece. Rowan Ricketts put Toronto ahead after 14 minutes. Roberto Brown replied after 25. And that is a scoreline as it stands that will send the Impact and not the Major League Soccer team through to the CONCACAF Champions League.
We're at the stage of the game now where Toronto virtually have to go man-for-man at the back and throw people forward. They have to get a winning goal here, or this competition is over for them. It's a very dangerous thing to do because you're always open to that counter-attack, but they really have no choice at this stage.
Brennan hurriedly back to his goalkeeper. Robinson, quick to turn, looking for an outlet, might find it in Ricketts. Cunningham and Ricketts, deflection, but it'll be away for a corner. As the home fans turn up the volume once again, they can see the big scoreboard away to their left. They know how much time is left. Desperate for Toronto FC to bulge the net at that south end. Robert, it's a poor corner. It's a very poor corner from the Frenchman. Ricketts tries to rescue the situation, wins a free kick. Final substitution for Montreal. Joey Jurtson leaves the field to be replaced by Canadian Antonio Ribeiro. So midfielder for midfielder. Robert delivers once again. Swing on the ball. Brown hoiks it away. Matondo tries to help it on. As far as Gatti again. Matondo on this near side. With the ball forward. Ribeiro.
Very well read by Jim Brennan there. He was 2-on-1. A better ball might have given him problems, but he read the situation very, very well there. Guided it back to Greg Sutton.
Robinson didn't get the call. Was dispossessed as a result. It's Ribeiro. Testo. Beaten to it by Guevara. Testo comes up with possession once again for Montreal. John Carver knows that time is ticking away. He's preparing to make another substitution. I think I may have seen Julius James getting himself ready for action. In the background.
Don't be surprised if you see Julius James thrown on up front. It's desperation time now for Toronto. They need to throw people forward as much as they can.
Ricketts tries to find a way through on that left-hand side. No nonsense defending from Montreal. This is Jim Brennan. Across the edge of the area. It'll come all the way through to Laurent Robert. Needs a telling cross. Up go the heads. They need to win the second phase ball. Marco Velez with a header, but again the white shirts anywhere will do now. for Montreal. The farther away from their penalty area, the better. Here is the substitution. Julius James for Marco Velez. Defender for defender. But Julius James is not going to play central defence. He's gone straight up the field into a centre forward position.
Well, the reason for that, Nigel, is he's so good in the air. He's so good in the air, Julius James. Got a great spring for not a very tall man. He can really get off the ground. Obviously, Toronto now going to go very direct, try and get the ball up, play for second balls and flick-ons.
60-40 possession in this second half in favour of Toronto FC, but it means nothing if they can't find another goal. In the next 3 minutes and change, plus whatever stoppage time. Silvio Petrescu, the referee, and his officials choose to add Robert and Marvel win. There's no room now for patience as Guevara comes forward. They've just got to get the ball upfield. Ricketts with Brennan on that far side. Once again, the white shirts get it away. Ricketts will pick it up. Matondo. Robinson. James is impeded, wins a free kick. Robert is there.
It sets up perfectly now. You just want to flip that ball back post. You essentially aim for that back post, and all it needs is a little touch. It can come off anyone, it's in the back of the net.
Free in the wall for Montreal. Is this the best last chance for Toronto? It's a great save. Will it go into the back of the net? It won't. Ricocheted off the line, I think, by Pizzolito, who got an amazing backheel into the arms of Matt Jordan. Maybe it's the night it just will not go in for Toronto FC, and Montreal survive.
What an unbelievably lucky escape from Montreal's perspective. How that doesn't end up in the back of the net. It actually hits Jeff Cunningham on the foot.
Despair for Toronto FC. They've hit the woodwork, but they can't get it over the goal line. Tyrone Marshall glances up at the scoreboard as we enter the final minute of the 90 in this final Neutralite Canadian Championship match. Is there another twist in the tail? Or have Montreal done enough to earn a berth at CONCACAF's top table? Guevara brings it almost from his own penalty area. Out to that far side again for Ricketts. Chips it across for Robert, whose first touch lets it skip away. But how close are Toronto FC going to get? This is how close.
It's a great little ball in. Just a little glancing touch from Julius James off the post. Back heel from Nevio Pizzolito. Jim Brennan appealing for a back pass. I don't think you could ever argue that that was a back pass.
Ricketts. We're hearing 5 minutes of stoppage time. There was a lengthy stoppage, of course, for the injury to Adam Browse as Jordan punches effectively again. Well, they sent on Julius James as a striker, and his introduction nearly paid dividends, but the header came back off the upright. Meanwhile, at the other end, good save by Greg Sutton. That would have killed it from Matondo. Needed all his big frame to get down to that.
It's a great save from Greg Sutton. That's kept them in the game.
Sutton's out again. Wins the goal kick. Well, Sutton has kept them in it. Tondo's away.
Wonderful save, and the cover up as well from Greg Sutton. Stood big, didn't commit, waited for the shot to come in. Great handling.
Guevara again. Ricketts finds the Honduran. Can he do it all himself? The flick ahead, looking for Edu. Once again, an important white boot on it. Whistle's gone. There's going to be a yellow card here for Roberto Brown. John Carver, full of comment. We're not happy from where the free kick was taken. Guevara. This far side to Ty Marshall. Everybody forward now for Toronto. This is Rowan Ricketts. Trying to fashion a chance and not waste possession. But once again, we can't find a way through that white wall. 2 minutes of the 5. Played. Guevara for Robert. He's got Brennan further left inside the fullback. That's a good ball. Needs a good cross. It'll come for Cunningham. Ricocheting around again. But once again, Jordan hangs on. And another chance goes a-begging.
Just won't happen for Jeff Cunningham, will it? Desperate to get on the goals. The goal-scoring trail again. That 100th MLS goal proving very elusive for him. It just won't happen tonight either. That's what Toronto have to do. They have to get the ball wide. They put Julius James on for a reason. He's got springs in his feet. He's great in the air. Get the ball wide. Get crosses in the box. They very nearly scored the first header he had.
John Carver can only watch and wait and hope and pray. Guevara goes inside, outside Leduc. Guevara still going. The header, it'll be wide. Is Marshall directed on target. The clock ticks away again. 90 seconds of stoppage time remaining. And it looks as though Montreal have done enough to take the Voyageurs Cup and take their place. Or have they? Here's Edu. Edu, it's wide. Well, it was nearly the curse of the commentator. But surely there's not enough time now.
I think he's just got to carry his run on here, Maurice Edu. He's on the right side of the defender. He's got the positioning on him. Take another touch into the box. The worst case scenario, you get fouled for a penalty.
It'll run all the way through to Sutton. He's just got to boot it upfield, surely. They'll get somebody to do it for him. It'll be Jim Brennan. Into the mix again. It'll run away for a corner. And here comes Greg Sutton as Julius James tries to get himself involved. The corner, surely the last chance. Referee says another corner. It'll be Guevara again. Floats it in once again, not over the top of the first defender. Marvell Wynn comes to retrieve it, but it's too little, too late. And look at what it means to Montreal. They've come here, they've held out for a 1-1 draw against superior opposition, or so it's said. And what a successful journey for the travelling fans, because Montreal Impact are the 2008 Neutralite Canadian champions.